It's one of the busiest travel times of the year. In this video, we're going to look at where the problems are going to be. We're going to talk about each region of the country. So sit down. Let's take a look at what's going on. Right now, first, across the east, we're quiet. We've got a few lake effect snow showers. We're quiet for now. It's going to get pretty active as we head through the week. Across the west, that's not the story right now. We've got a huge storm slamming into the west. That's bringing some rain, some snow here, and we're going to talk about where all this is headed over the next couple of days. Hey, if it's your first time over on the channel, thanks for stopping by. I'm Travis. I used to be a chief meteorologist on television. If you're brand new, you've not been here before, if you're an OG or you've been here for a while, I always like to let everybody know who I am, and I've been out of that business for years. So if you like following weather, following forecasting, subscribe, come back, and I hope to see you again. Here's where we are right now. High pressure, again, keeping us quiet across the east. We've got return flow around that. That's warming things up across the central United States. We've got a system moving in the west. I'm going to move through this section pretty quickly because we're going to dive into each region in detail in just a moment. A Clipper system, I guess we'll call it that, is moving through the Great Lakes. That's going to bring some light snow, even some rain here to the south of that. And then that pushes toward the coast. So that's going to put some snow into the northeast, maybe on Christmas Eve into Boston and New York. It's not going to be a lot of snow, but maybe a little bit. Rain across the south, another system bringing rain and snow across the west. It's just repeat here. And as we move toward Christmas morning, looks like we could get some snow into Salt Lake City, the Colorado Rockies, also into the eastern mountains of Idaho and Wyoming. We're going to get some snow showers out of this. Not a lot, but some. Not a lot relative to this part of the country. Keep that in mind, right? Sometimes we're dealing with feet and feet of snow. And then as we move through Christmas Day, rain pushing to the east. We've got some mixed precip possible on the northern side of this as we head into the 26th and 27th. And a huge storm. It's just like we're on repeat again, pushing into the west. This one might be a little bit further south, putting some heavier snow into the Sierra by Thursday into Friday. And I don't know. I think you watch this piece of energy that's moving through Oklahoma and Texas for some severe weather as we move into Thursday. Let's start with the Northeast. We've got a fair weather day today on Sunday. Just a few snow showers off of Lake Erie in Ontario. It's the quiet before the snow, if you will. Here comes the precipitation moving in as we head into early Tuesday morning, really late Monday night into early Tuesday. It actually could be warm enough for some rain on the western side of this. The heaviest accumulation will be across northern parts of New England. And you can see as we head into Tuesday afternoon, maybe some accumulation for at least southern parts of New England and a few flurries and snow showers into New Jersey, into New York, Long Island. Maybe we'll get some snow out of this Christmas Eve. It doesn't look like a lot. I don't think it's going to be the snow we saw just a couple of days ago, but maybe some snow, and then high pressure builds in behind that. And now we're watching our next system off to the south and west. That's going to bring mostly rain across Pennsylvania, but there could be enough cold air entrenched that on the northern fringe, some snow. And the latest European tries to put some snow into New York City again. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but it does give you an idea. Here's your snow totals as we head through Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, most of the decent accumulation will be north of here into the northern mountains of New England, the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains. Highs on Monday, not warming up much here. We're talking about teens. New York back up to near 20 degrees by the afternoon, feeling like Christmas. There's a sign of that warmer air pushing up towards Pittsburgh, where we may bust 40 as we head into Monday afternoon. The warmth continues to invade. You can almost see that southwest flow picking up here off the ocean too, with temperatures warming up along the coast into the 40s by Tuesday. Numbers back into the 50s for places like Richmond, but not so here into the Northeast. We're still cold, but not in the teens and single digits. We're back up into the 20s. A little bit of cold air tries to work in as we head into Wednesday, out ahead of our next system, really behind our Clipper system, if you will, with temperatures dropping to near or below zero again. And I'll tell you, it might be getting warm across other parts of the country, but the Northeast this week still staying cold. A lot of the ski resorts are open, doing well up here, and if there's not been much snow, which we've had some snow, there's also going to be plenty of snowmaking opportunities based on these temperatures that are ahead. Let's move you west to the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Snow moving across Wisconsin into Michigan as we move into Monday and Tuesday. That moves through pretty quickly, and then behind this, we dry out a little bit for Christmas Eve. Maybe a few rain and snow showers trying to work up towards Indiana, Illinois, and on the northern side of that, maybe some snow. North of Detroit, it looks to me like anyway, up into southern Michigan, out towards the thumb. Some light accumulations possible Thursday, but this definitely is not a cooling trend. If anything, this is the transition as we see that warm air moving up from the south. Temperatures on the way up too. Not a lot of accumulation of snow for this part of the world too. Maybe an inch or two up towards Green Bay, down towards Milwaukee, less And then snow amounts would look likely mostly into northern Michigan. So Traverse City could see several inches out of this. Look at these temperatures, much warmer than what we've seen lately. These will be your low temperatures. I had to look at this twice. I'm like, are these the highs? No, these are the lows Monday morning. Barely getting below freezing across a good chunk of Wisconsin, back into the 20s across Minnesota, 20s across Michigan. High temperatures heading into Monday afternoon, climbing up into the 40s for Chicago, mid-30s for Green Bay, Milwaukee, back through Madison, up into the near freezing. We stay below freezing over toward the Twin Cities, but warming up, and then back into the 30s, at least close to freezing for a good chunk of Michigan. A lot of the cold air staying well north of here as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. You can see these numbers. Pretty warm. I mean, for this time of year, right? But it's not like it's earth-shattering warm where you're going to get out and mow your grass in these areas. The grass isn't going to start growing when it's only going to be into the 30s and 40s. But still, a little warm for this time of year as temperatures go back above normal. I mean, look, this is what we're waking up to on Sunday. So clearly warming up across the South. Warming here as well. Nice day on Sunday, also on Monday too. Some showers into Florida, a few rain showers up into this region along the Ohio and Mississippi River, into Missouri, also into Indiana, Ohio, back into Arkansas. That rain moves east. We start to see the wet weather push in by Christmas Day here from Mississippi. So a wet Christmas commute. If you're headed out to visit your family, friends, wherever you're going from, really Nashville west into Memphis. That's where most of the rain will be. Nashville should be mostly dry Christmas Day. However, we'll see that rain move in towards the afternoon and evening hours. Rain moving into Alabama, Tuscaloosa, over to Birmingham, and then south to Mobile. We've got the rain moving into a good chunk of the south, and then rain moves into Columbia, Atlanta, Charlotte by Thursday. And then we even see that rain push up into eastern Virginia by Thursday afternoon and Friday, and then more significant rain moving into the Mississippi Valley by Friday. That puts rain into Memphis again, up towards Paducah, Indianapolis, and all the way to the south. Atlanta, more rain here. Knoxville, the Tri-Cities, north up into Kentucky. We've got a lot of wet weather ahead, soggy weather, gray weather. Kind of gross, really, honestly. And if you're a farmer, it's very muddy weather, too, with that. Trust me, I can tell you that from experience. This is going to be the Mud Bowl season. All right, as we head through Monday, we're talking about highs warming up here into the 50s and 60s with those rain showers picking up, really heading into Tuesday. And look, associated with those rain showers will be warmer temperatures into the 50s now, 40s all the way up to the Ohio River, even Columbus breaking freezing here, even to Indianapolis will be above freezing. Cold air trying to wedge down east of the mountains, but our area of low pressure back to the west is pushing warm air to the north. We're up into the 50s here, and that precipitation will try to slide to the east, some of that cold air. That's why we would likely see a little bit of mixed precip on the northern side of that heading into Wednesday night and Thursday. There you go. That's the precip map. And then back to the temperatures. You can see below freezing here, way above freezing across the south. Clearly no wintry precipitation on the way in the short term here. Across the central plains, we're warm here too, above average. As we head into Monday, and not a bad travel day if you're doing some pre-Christmas travel, maybe a few showers here across Oklahoma and Missouri. Those rain showers will intensify as we head into Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Dry here across the northern plains into the upper Midwest with high pressure building in. So looking pretty nice here. Christmas Eve, rain chances really south of this line, and then maybe a few snow showers skipping through parts of Minnesota and the UP of Michigan heading into Christmas Day. Not a lot of snow. The best chance for snow will be back here across the Rockies, the Wasatch. Here's your temperatures through the next couple of days, Monday afternoon. I'll tell you, I mean, I got to tell you, I've been thinking about taking a trip to Texas just to get away from some of the cold, and that's there. Look at that, in the 70s heading into Monday, even into Tuesday, looking pretty nice. Not as warm, though, up towards Dallas, but across South Texas, we're in the 80s here. Cold across the upper Midwest, cold across the northern plains. We're in the 20s, 50s, though, up to Denver. And even really not bad across Nebraska and Kansas compared to where we could be this time of year. Some of you hoping for snow, this is not your weather for that. Across the far west, this is a close look at what's going on out here. You've got some rain and snow here across the Pacific Northwest into the mountains of Idaho and Montana. That snow starts to pick up. Not a lot of snow here, I mean, compared again to what we could see. And then our next system moves into the west coast. Most of that energy stays offshore and heads towards British Columbia. That puts most of the heavy snow right here into these ranges. We could see some heavy snow, though, into the Cascades. And snow level's pretty high at first. They'll crash down once our trough swings into the west. And that'll bring snow also down into the Sierra and maybe some heavy snow at that by Christmas Eve. Do we get some rain into Southern California? Possibly. Maybe a chance of a few showers and some wind. It doesn't last very long, though, as we head into Monday, or Tuesday and Wednesday, rather, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Waking up Christmas morning, it could be white here from Salt Lake City up to Boise. Snow elevations here pretty low. I mean, we've got some cold air moving in, so now we've got snow again down into the valley at Salt Lake City, and then into the western Rockies here, or here into western Colorado, into the Rockies. We've got some snow flying the 25th into the 26th, and there comes our next storm into the Pacific Northwest. Again, relentless here, which is snow after snow after snow. Temperatures across the west, pretty mild, looking beautiful. Again, I was talking about taking a trip. How about Phoenix? Mid-70s. That looks pretty good. In fact, it's going to be dry here. I've got folks asking a lot of questions about Arizona and New Mexico. Are we going to see any precipitation? It doesn't really look like much is in your forecast for the next couple of days. Outside of the very northern parts of these states, very dry for southern New Mexico and southern Arizona, even southern California. You saw that slight chance of precip we might see, but that's really about it. Beyond this, a quick look at the GFS. I'm going to take you through the week. There's your snow in the Northeast we talked about. There comes that system that's going to bring rain into the upper Midwest, into the Great Lakes. There's your system across the West. I'm going to really push it out towards Saturday into Sunday of next week as we look way down the road here. The GFS shows everything turning cold toward the first of the year. I think it's going to be about that first week of January still. And as we transition, is this the point where we start to see some storminess? I think it is. And then once you turn cold, do we start to see snow break out? Again, the GFS has feedback issues once you get out this far, but the idea of these storms is not insignificant. I'm not saying you're going to get this storm right here by any stretch, but we do get stormy, and I think we turn much colder that first week of January. All right, that's all I got. See ya.